Just trying to survive and learn to love along the way by Foreplay on AO3. Episode 119, Chapter 119 of Running and Explosions. Despite the fact that they're moving as fast and as safely as they can, Kirishima still strikes up a conversation. Hey, Izuku, why couldn't Uraraka just float the bomb away? A good question. Izuku turns his head a little, but doesn't slow as he answers the question. You saw how big it was, right? Yeah, but that would have been nothing for my quirk. Uraraka answers for Kirishima. Maybe not, but with a bomb that big, there's a few things you need to consider. We couldn't see the inside, so how are we to know if it's motion activated or not? What if the bomb goes off because you floated it a few centimeters into the air? Uraraka is quiet after that. What else? You said there was a few things. Kirishima asks when Izuku falls silent for far too long. Sharpenal. Kachan answers him. Exactly. Who knows if there is Sharpenal hidden in there? What if we couldn't get it high enough? Sharpenal would hurt a lot of innocent civilians in the area, and we can't risk that. The remnants of the dorm should provide enough coverage that most people would be safe. Izuku can't say everyone. Who knows how far away they'll be able to get before the bomb explodes? They don't know how big the explosion will be, so all they can do is get as far away as they can. Though that's not really helped when they're running further back into the building. It takes a full minute and a half for them to reach the bunker. Izuku doesn't even pause before jumping down the hole. His classmates follow close behind. It looks like his dad and Yaozu are trying to level the rock off Mirako, but to no avail. None of the trio look up as they approach, and upon closer inspection, it looks like one of them can't. Mirako is unconscious, and far too pale. Izuku would think her dead if it weren't for the shallow rise and fall of her chest. We're out of time. We have to go. Izuku wants to get them as fast as humanly possible. I'm well aware. His dad seems exhausted. But you aren't. There's a bomb upstairs with only 6 minutes left. Dad looks up, a shocked look on his face. Shit. Okay, here's the plan. Uraraka, use your quirk on the debris so we could free Mirako. There may be some heavy rubble on top of that, so the boys can help lift that off. I'm going to need one of you kids to carry her as we run so I can contact Nezu. Got it? They all move into action instead of giving a verbal response. His dad was right. While Uraraka's quirk lightened the debris directly on top of Mirako, everything else is still heavy. Izuku, Kachan, and Kirishima all work together to lift it off the heroine, and Yaozu carefully drags her out. After everything they've gone through in the past hour, Izuku's surprised they can still lift it all. Shit, that looks bad. Izuku turns to Kachan and finds his gaze stuck on Mirako's arm as his dad bandages it as quickly as possible. It is. She's gonna lose the arm. His answer is blunt, and everyone in the room freezes. But they don't have time to feel bad for the heroine right now, so Uraraka uses her quirk on Mirako. Then Dad helps tie her onto Izuku's back. With her tightened, it will make the run that much easier. As soon as she's secured, Izuku moves back towards the small hole they come through. They could try for the bigger one, but they don't know where that exits, and there's no way of knowing if there would be more villains hiding out there. Izuku doesn't bother climbing this time. He simply activates floats, and files his way up. He briefly checks below and finds everyone else floating too. Uraraka must have used her quirk to make their trip faster. As soon as his feet hit the ground, he's running. Movement on his left catches his eye, and Izuku finds Kachan there, checking his watch. 2 minutes. He speaks before Izuku even has time to ask. A few feet behind them, he could hear his dad frantically updating Nezu as they run. There's no way they can stop the explosion now, so they just have to hope that the other classes trapped in their bunkers will be okay. If they really still are in their bunkers. Maybe the League of Villains decided to attack all the buildings. Maybe they went after every single class this time. They could probably manage it, if the rumor about the new numbers are true. They all run faster than they have in a long time, but Izuku fears it's not enough. These weeks in the bunker, they haven't been able to get any physical activity in, so their stamina may have been affected. 45 seconds. Kachan yells once they enter what used to be the common room. They run around the rubble and onto the night. Izuku's legs burn as he pushes himself to keep running, to get away from the building. There's an explosion behind him, and Izuku fears the worst. He glances back, only to find Kachan sailing through the air, Kirishima clinging to his back. They're using Kachan's quirk to move even faster and get away from the blast zone. But they're still too close to the building, and Izuku knows they're out of time. There's another explosion, but this time, he knows it's the bomb. The noise is so much more, and the ground shakes from the force of it. There's a blast of heat on his back, and Izuku is suddenly airborne, tossed forwards by the explosion. Izuku activates Float right before he's meant to hit the ground, and lets the remnants of the blast carry him further. He looks back and finds no signs of anyone. They're all blocked by the smoke and fire of the explosion, giving Izuku no idea if they're okay or not. He wants nothing more than to dive back in and save them all, but he can't. Izuku has to get Miracle out of here before she bleeds out. His dad has done a decent job managing her up, but they've been short on time, so it's not the best. Izuku keeps floating. The momentum from the blast keeps him moving quickly, and soon he finds them, the rest of his class. It looks like they're trying to get back to the dorms, but Hawks and a few pros are keeping them back. Izuku! He stops right in front of Hitoshi, who helps him get Miracle off his back. The #1 hero pales at the sight and rushes over to help, but the medics arrive a beat later and pushes everyone away from the suffering hero. Where is everyone else? Eraserhead? Hawk surprises him with a hand on his shoulder. Izuku turns back to where he'd come from, and all he could see is still burning flames from the explosion. He runs. If Eraserhead, if Aizawa does not make it out alive, I will riot. We are literally chapters away. If he does not make it out alive, I will riot. I'm okay if he makes it out a little beaten up and a little not okay. Okay? But he has to make it out fucking alive. I'm not crying. You are. Okay, chapter 120 is of Asphalt and Daggers. Eijirou wakes up after the explosion and finds himself carried by the enemy. What? What? I thought it was what? Okay. Toga? No, because the quirk. No, we know Toga can use the quirk, but I think when this was published, Toga was still not revealed to be able to use the quirk. I don't know. No, not yet. Okay, so what as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds, have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.